Folks, before we get into today's episode, don't forget to check out the brand new Patreon page. It's patreon.com/snackspot, but more on that later. Let's get into the show. Now I do see that red button.
Yeah, that was recorded.
Not a bad way to start things off.
I don't think it was. The logo was still up.
Okay, great. Yeah. Well, now they're going to be wondering what I said, which is fine. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I got to tell you, Matthew, I have not brought a lot to the table today. But first things first, I did try to trim my eyebrows this morning. Didn't go well. If you'll notice, there's like a big, the middle of this one is kind of absent.
Ooh.
Yeah, see? But you know what?
The rest of them look good, though.
Yeah, this actually is not. It came out better than I thought.
And like the start of that one looks good. You definitely
just in the
caught
center.
A thick piece there.
Shout out to Gestalt theory, Emily. You know what I'm talking about? Gestalt, you don't remember that from Quattroce's what's the first fucking class you take with him? Yeah, rhetoric of vision and sound. Gestalt theory is like your brain will, if you're looking at a picture of something and maybe something's missing, your brain will fill it in. So that's what I've been working with today. Is like Gestalt's been super helping me out because I've been feeling very self-conscious about pretty much everything lately, just going through my self-conscious era, bless up. But my eyebrows were going fucking nuts, and my wife was like, "What are we gonna do about your eyebrows?" And usually when I go get a haircut, I'll get, hey, give me a zhuzh, but I don't need a haircut, so I don't want to go in there for that. So I was like, well, I'll take it upon myself to give it a little shot today, and again, not huge, but then there's a big gap. There's a big gap over the left.
It's not that big.
Yeah, because
I've gone in and
missing.
I've definitely gone in and asked them to hit the eyebrows and had them take them down to the short. Yeah, like no Josh Dobbs, but
to the nub.
You know Josh Dobbs?
No.
He's a quarterback. He's a quarterback. He now plays for the Minnesota Vikings. He was playing for the Arizona Cardinals. He got traded when Kirk Cousins got hurt because Kyler Murray was coming back. He was going to be healthy again. That's Arizona's starting quarterback. Yep. But he's browless.
Wow, no brows.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so Vikings fans were, after he came in, was only with the team for like 2 days, wasn't going to start that week, but the quarterback that was going to start that week for him got injured or something or was bad. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. This was 2 weeks ago. And he came in, didn't even know their playbook, didn't know anybody's names, had never taken a snap from the center.
Wow.
Was in the huddle just asking guys which routes they were going to run kind of thing.
Holy shit.
And so Vikings fans were shaving their eyebrows.
Oh, that's it. So he did well though?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's great.
He's
okay.
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah, that's Josh.
Holy
Dobbs.
moly.
Yeah, he doesn't really have eyebrows. I don't know if he got no hair.
That's a real Gestalt fella. Dude, he looks like he might have a little bit of that alopecia, though.
But
so you don't want Jada Pickett coming after you. Wow, I can see why he shaved that off, though. Jesus fucking Christ.
Tough hairline.
That guy looks like he's jealous of Stephen A. Smith with that hairline. God damn.
I believe he's a legitimate rocket scientist.
That's cool. I can see that. I can see that in his eyes. Got a little of that rocket science in him. And he has a some type of donation program or charity involving NASA, and the boys over at NASA know him. Oh yeah, him. Josh, yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
just get a tour.
Not only
is
he out here slinging footballs with no eyebrows, he also is
one of those rockets right into space,
he throws the football up and then he takes a rocket and goes and catches it.
Phenomenal. Let's see. Yeah,
but it doesn't look bad.
It really doesn't.
Just so you know.
Yeah, okay. Because I was worried about it. Because I was worried. I wasn't worried, but I was like, are people gonna think I'm bisexual? Because I've heard that the notch in the eyebrow,
really, that's a bisexual thing.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
Them up.
I don't know, but the first time I ever saw somebody with a notched eyebrow, Sam Phillips and I, shout out to him, enemy of the podcast, we were watching MSNBC at 3 a.m. This one must have been 2012, and there was this show on that was a documentary series about being gay in prison. And this guy he had both his eyebrows, the middle just like boom, completely taken out, and the filmmakers were like, why do you have that notch in your eyebrows? And this guy's like, it's to let people know that I'm gay. And they go, oh, is that what that means? Is that what that means? And he goes, it does to me.
Fair enough.
Started a trend with that guy, dude. His in that same episode though, his boyfriend cheated on him with his cellmate, so it was
Come on.
Yeah, it was fucked up. It was fucked up. This guy was a real fucking slut though. Not Notches, his boyfriend.
Oh yeah, he was throwing it around.
Dude, this guy was 100%. He was a real slut. Which I mean, he's probably dead now, I assume. So
yeah,
no harm, no foul.
Can you take me higher?
Yeah, that's what he's up to.
Yeah. How was I want to talk about the football game because I've never been to
college
like a big time college football game.
It was sick.
We were just at the Michigan Penn State game.
Yes.
I mean, obviously Michigan won, but it was a close game.
Yeah.
And you were on enemy territory in the Michigan J.
Yep.
How did that go?
Well,
any heckling? Were you heckled at all?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't want to throw too much back, so I didn't. I'll tell you.
Can I ask first a question?
Yeah.
Because I've never been to a college football game, as I was saying, so I have a hard time like understanding exactly who's in the crowd. Is it like 98% college kids?
No.
Okay.
If you block off a stadium into like 4 sections, right, the side, all 4 sides, one of the
end zones
widths, one of the end zones
is a student
college
section.
Yep, and then the rest is
just people,
kind of a scattering around.
Huh.
You get some young folks, you get a lot of oldies. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. The tailgate was like super nice. It was very clean. But yeah, obviously I'm there wearing Michigan stuff. So I've been trying it.
You got a little bit of Harbaugh in you.
Okay, I wouldn't say that. I don't like that guy. I don't care what he's done or anything. But I don't really.
I was just looking at you,
him.
and for whatever reason, for a second, I saw Jim Harbaugh.
It's the eyebrow. Eyebrow. I didn't look like. Dude,
I don't know.
Harbaugh's fucking wherever you are listening to this. Google Harbaugh. He's got notches. He's notched up. Yeah, Emily, can we make a graphic of Harbaugh with notch eyebrows? But it was a blast, man. It was really fun. Great weather. But yeah, a lot of folks, and usually it was just like walking past them and they'd be like, fuck Michigan. And I usually go, hey, thanks for coming out. Just hit them with that, like make them real confused. Okay, so top roasts that I had, there was a girl who was wearing a shirt that said, fat chicks go to Michigan. She was pretty hefty herself. She was talking shit. Again, I'm not attacking anybody who doesn't attack me.
Yeah.
So I had to hit her, and this was during the tailgate. So she's wearing this shirt, and she comes up, and she's like, blah, 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 So I'm just like, look at my watch. I'm like, fucking game's about to start. Shouldn't you be on the O-line by now? Ruined her whole life. She
didn't like that one?
No, she didn't like that one. What else? There was, oh my God, this one woman was just, talking about the cheating and stuff. These two are very similar, but I'll tell them back to back anyways. This one woman, she's like, and she's hammered. She's like, I just don't like cheaters. And they're losing and stuff, and she's getting so mad. She's like, I just don't like cheaters, blah, blah, blah. So then she starts, like, saying that to us, like, I don't like cheaters. And I'm like, so I look at her, and I'm like, oh, you don't like cheaters? And she goes, I don't like cheaters. I'm like, based on the look at you, obviously diets are the one exception to that rule. Not too happy. Her boyfriend was not mad about it, though, so that was kind of cool. I was like, because I kind of looked at him before. I was like, can I do this? And then when we were going into the game, these two guys came up, drunk kids, and they were like, I couldn't really understand what they were saying at first. They're like, blah, 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 Michigan, blah, blah, blah. And they, so the one guy who was less drunk than his friend was saying to my wife, like, call him gay. And the guy's like, call me gay. And I'm like, dude, I'm not calling you gay. I don't want you to fucking bust a nut right here, dude. You're already fucking rock hard. Take it easy. And then, so he's like, so then his friend is like, and by this point we're getting in line for the tickets, so they're going to the student section, but they're still like talking shit to us because they're hammered. And So the friend is like, man, you got to grow up. You got to grow up. And the kid's like, I'm never going to grow up. I'm never going to grow up. So I dab him up, right? And I'm like, you're like a Down syndrome Peter Pan, baby. I love it. Got out of there. And then this one I actually didn't say because the guy actually was a pretty cool dude. But the only Michigan thing I have is like this Michigan basketball jersey.
Yeah.
So I had that on. And he was like, that's the wrong sport, right? That's the wrong jersey. So what I was going to say was, I got the wrong jersey, you got the wrong chromosomes. What a pair we are. But he was super nice, so I was like, I'll pass on that one. He was
really focused on two things.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Those were like the big ones. I mean, they're pretty easy to fire those ones off. And, I'm just trying to stay fresh by getting it at people in the crowd or whatever. But, those are... I don't know. I just want to hurt people's feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I can tell. I can tell you were trying.
I'm trying to just, make my wife laugh.
Which is all that matters, Andy.
Yep.
Well, you were there with her family too?
Yeah. We weren't sitting together. Only 4 of us went to the game.
Okay, yeah.
And 2 were somewhere else, and so she and I were just in our one section together, which is also why I was like prepared to be on the defensive just in case it was going on. But for the most part, everybody's just having a good time, even with the trash talk and stuff.
Yeah.
But college football game, definitely recommend. It was super cool. It was a really good time.
Good atmosphere.
Super great atmosphere. I loved it. Yeah. It was a ton of fun.
Nice.
Yep. Got 2 hot dogs, which is great, right at the end of the game.
What kind of dogs do they serve up? Ballparks? Like, are they Franks or beef dogs?
Yep. Well, that was my question when I got, because we were staying at her cousin's place. And I was like, this might sound weird, but what kind of hot dogs do you guys normally eat here? Because we brought Salins with us.
For the tailgate.
For the tailgate, yeah.
How many did you have at the tailgate?
They didn't end up cooking them, dude. So they fucking teased me with Salins, which is obviously one of the main reasons that I fucking want to go to the tailgate. And they're like, well, no, there's going to be a lot of other food there, pepperoni rolls or whatever, which very tasty, but
not a saline.
But not hot dogs. I want hot dogs.
They don't have that thick skin.
Yeah,
pepperoni
exactly.
rolls don't have that thick skin.
I need to crack through that skin like fucking
Juices,
bangers and mash, baby. Yeah, I need a little bit of juice. But yeah, it was very fun. VFW. If anybody asks you to go to a VFW, just go. I mean, why wouldn't you? Got to sign the book, which is a dream come true for me. A lot of fun. Couple of local bands going around. Went to a bar after the VFW, kept the party going. There was a guy who looked like, real life Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and he was just wailing on the guitar, dude. He was so good. I turned to my wife's cousin at one point, and I was like, I do not remember life before this guitar solo started. He didn't laugh. He didn't get it, but that's okay.
Did you talk to him?
The guitar guy?
Yeah.
No, because no. I didn't want to mess up his flow.
I watched a Rush cover band play once.
Yeah.
And dude, I went backstage and was like, dude, you guys are fucking phenomenal. Like, you guys inspired me. Yeah. It was a long night.
Would have loved to do something like that. I also I'll see if I get any responses, but I thought it'd be funny. I didn't really have anything to do today because a couple of podcasts that we normally do got canceled this week. So I drove into town just today. I didn't stay over on Tuesday like I usually do.
Gotcha.
So I thought it'd be... I made a fake Instagram account pretending to be Rainn Wilson from The Office. And I've just been messaging random people to like...
Famous people?
No. Just like random people to meet me and fight me on top of like different landmarks. So I'm like... meet me on top of Mount Rushmore so I can kick your ass in person, and meet me on top of the
random as in people you know, or just total random.
Just total random people. Like I saw this video and I just hit the likes, and so I just scrolled through the likes and found a couple of random white fellas and was like, let's see if I can get these guys to go aggro on Rainn Wilson. So far, no response, but I'm gonna keep at it, folks. That's my promise to you, the listener, is that I will not stop until one person agrees to fight Rainn Wilson on top of the Golden State Bridge or Golden Gate Bridge.
You're a content machine, Andy.
It's what I do. It's what I do, folks. Winter is here. All right, it's about to be in full swing, and the last thing you're going to want to do is leave the house for some lame things, to run dumb errands you don't want to do, like picking up groceries. The good news is you can stay home, stay cozy by using Instacart, because with Instacart, you can get some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. And the best part is right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is spend $10 and Instacart will deliver whatever it is you're looking for right to your front door. No delivery fee, baby, okay? All you have to do to get that great deal is hit the link in this episode description. Why not make things a little easier on yourself as we're heading into the holiday season and start using Instacart today? Folks, a great way to support the show and do something nice for yourself is to check out all the great merch we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. All kinds of cool stuff, not just for this show, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the other 2 podcasts that we produce right here. All right, and of course, you're going to find all the classics, all right, all the stuff you love, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeves. We've also got a ton of cool accessories. We've got glassware, pint glasses, those really nice metal water bottles, slides, notebooks, fanny packs, bucket hats, whatever it is you are looking for, we have got it. So go ahead and check all that out again at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Link is going to be in this episode description, so get yourself something that's going to make you look good and make you feel good and helps support the show. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show Schemin' and Dreamin' or Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce right here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Podcasting, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but it's really changed the way that advertising works, because I think a big part of it is the host read thing, but really, what says more than anything is when you have these companies like McDonald's and State Farm, NASCAR, massive companies, people with, huge advertising budgets. They do commercials on the Super Bowl and stuff like that, moving into the podcast space. I think it says a lot. Forbes has done articles about it. You've seen numbers like it's up to 19% more effective than your traditional advertising, like TV or whatever. And it's fun to see companies like the ones I mentioned moving away from that more traditional media into something like podcasting. The problem is, it hasn't really left any room yet for smaller or local businesses to get in on the action. But that's what we are here for. That's what we're all about. So again, if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. Folks, I mentioned it up top, but I've got to tell you again, the brand new Patreon page is in full swing, baby. We've got the Captions On podcast going up there right now, where myself, Faz from Schemin' and Dreamin', and of course our wonderful producer Emily are going through all the Disney Channel original movies. It's a lot of ups and downs. It's a real roller coaster of emotions, but it's an absolute blast. And we've got a lot of other stuff planned that's going to be hitting that platform very soon. Patreon exclusives, new series, things like that. So you don't want to miss it, especially right now when you can sign up for just $3 a month, folks. Okay, so get ahead of the action. Hit the link in this episode description or in our Instagram bio and check out the brand new Patreon page. That's patreon.com/snackspot.
No, I was actually walking out of the old office today when my boss was like, "It's Wednesday. Like, what's on the agenda?" And I was like, we'll see. Every day's a little different. Teased the who would win of the week to him, and then he's like, any Bills talk going on? It seems to be the hot topic. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wasn't planning on it, but now that you've inspired me, I threw my Bills toque on.
That's a great
just
hat.
For the show. Yeah, sideline official. It's actually, it's tough to say. Like, I got it because I wanted it because I saw them on the sidelines. But the ones they wear on the sidelines don't have the mesh. I don't mind the mesh. Sorry for bumping the mic. But some of the coaches wear the mesh. Some of them don't. But I think you can only buy the mesh. So I got the mesh. But is this the Bills one?
The Bills hat?
Yeah. Is it Bills logo on it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, did you watch the Bills game on Monday?
No, I didn't. Emily and I were actually just talking about it. She is a lot more educated on it than I am, so she kind of filled me in on a couple things.
Yeah, so the Bills fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, after an obvious struggle to start the season.
How many games have been played so far?
10. The Bills are 5-5. Is that right, Emily? So the Bills are 5-5. They got 7 games left. So the best they could be is 12-5 if they win out, and they have the hardest schedule remaining in the NFL. So they fire their offensive coordinator, Andy. The city of Buffalo, if the city as an organization, right?
I love it.
Yeah, is in a dark place right now.
Okay.
Because
daylight savings.
Because it's physically dark out.
Yeah.
At 4:30 p.m.
Truly.
2, because the Buffalo Bills have regressed to become just a horrendous football team. And 3, because the Buffalo Sabres are falling right behind them. We are in shambles. We are a lacrosse town. We are Bandits fans only at this point. All right. That's we're coming off a championship win. I wouldn't be surprised if for whatever reason though they end up in dead last in the league.
That would suck.
We are in some trouble as an organization that is Buffalo, the city.
Yeah.
The organization that is our city.
It's tough.
I don't know who needs to take it. I don't know if Byron needs to step in, Byron Brown.
God damn.
I don't know who needs to, be on the forefront of this, but we need, dude, the Better Days commercial should come back. WGR should be running that commercial.
Honestly, you know how my thoughts and feelings on that commercial and that song, but you're absolutely right.
Because we need better days.
Now. It's what we need.
This city
right
needs better days. You know what we need?
Wow.
We need a fucking snowstorm. I'm sorry to wish this upon us, but the Bills need to get hammered with snow. We need people shoveling their neighbors out.
Let's get back to what made us strong in the first place.
We need a purpose. We need We need a humongous snowstorm that shuts the city down. I want to see videos.
I think this is
neighbors.
like the speech Dick Cheney made before he planned 9/11. This is what it sounds like. We need something to bring the community together.
Yeah, we need a snowstorm, Andy.
Yeah,
we need a snowstorm because we're in a dark spot right now.
Right. But, Matthew, it's always darkest before the dawn. Shout out to Florence and the Machine. First place I ever heard.
See, I thought that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then last night, not only did the Sabres get smacked by the Boston Bruins, who I hate.
What was the score?
I don't know. I turned it off and it was 4-0. I think the final was 5-1. I turned it off, and I never turned it off. But I couldn't do it anymore. Let's see. Now I got to look up the score.
I'm going
5-2.
to the Sabres game this year, actually.
Which game?
January.
Nice.
Against the Seattle Kraken.
Nice. What inspired you to go there?
Well, my wife and I picked it because we were both like, Kraken's a very funny name. We got to go. So we did. So
the Seattle
that's
Kraken.
Why we chose it.
Yeah, the Kraken aren't that great.
I like, historically,
nice
I
jerseys,
like
though.
Seattle sports teams. Like the Seattle
Supersonics?
Supersonics, obviously.
Yeah, they have
classic.
similar color scheme.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You remember when we went to Seattle? We were only there for a couple days.
We went up in the Space Needle, and I do not like tall buildings.
That's right.
Anything like above, I'm like a max 7-story kind of guy. Even if I'm on 7, I don't love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Take me to the top, baby.
Yeah,
fucking.
But stadiums don't bother me.
Sure.
And those are probably 15 plus, I would guess. I don't know how many stories they actually are, but they're
pretty
large.
solid. I was actually trying to check out the box situation at the Penn State Stadium.
Really?
See how many they had and stuff. And
probably
a pretty nice setup.
Yeah.
I feel like a college stadium box would be really fun. Potentially more fun than a pro box. But I've never been in a box, so I have no idea. Yeah. But
snowstorm.
Getting back to it.
But what I'll say on the Bills, dude, I almost wish that we could call up Bernie and have him run it down for us.
We could if you want to. He's probably
he's
live
on
Instagram
time right now.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
Shout
out
hours.
to Buff Mafia 716.
Yeah.
But dude, and I don't like. This is I guess I don't want to get into it too much, but this is obviously an opinion of my own, but something's going on. And there needs to be some change.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we'll see here with the new OC. I don't know what's going to happen, but something's just not right. You know what I mean? I can't put my pulse on it exactly. I have some theories, but something's not right. And then the Sabres get smoked. Tage Thompson gets injured. He's out for probably at least a month.
Whoa, what happened to him?
Lower body injury.
He
left the game. He left the game in the first period, and then he came back, and then I don't know what happened because I turned it off.
Dang.
But we're in a dark state, Andy. We're in a dark place. It's physically dark. It's mentally dark.
Yeah.
We need a snowstorm. We need to shovel our neighbors out. We don't have a purpose right now. It hasn't snowed yet.
Well,
it's almost Thanksgiving.
We could try and metaphorically shovel each other out of this.
No.
Okay.
No.
You know what I hear? It's blue collar town. We got to get our hands dirty. You know, we only trust things
we need to
that
throw
are
our
physical.
Carhartt jackets on, and we need to shovel our neighbors out. Even if they don't need to be shoveled out, we need to shovel them out.
Sure.
Yeah, we need people that have trucks to be driving places to help other people out. That's all.
That's good. That's
my take on the current city of Buffalo, is that we're due for a snowstorm. A snowstorm makes everything right.
Okay. A lot of people. Well, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I mean, so many people get stuck in their cars though. And
no,
like,
we don't
freeze
want
to
that
death.
shit.
We don't want that.
We don't want that. No,
just a light snowstorm.
We
like
want
a fun one.
Yeah. Well, heavy enough to where you got to shovel your neighbors out.
Obviously heavy enough to but potentially some places are closed.
I mean, you got to be. We're probably
school.
closing in on 365 since the last time somebody had to shovel their neighbor out.
You know what I heard actually is that a lot of school districts are making snow days a thing of the past. So that if it's like super snowy and the kids can't get to school, Zoom classes. Hit 'em with a Zoom class.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man. That's just not right. That's going against nature. Nature's telling you not to go to school right now.
Definitely a downfall of COVID is snow days no longer exist, but
I mean,
it's still better than going to class. Like, what are you getting? If you're in like high school,
well,
what
that's
are you
the thing.
getting
It's
done
bad
on
for the
Zoom?
teachers too. I got to imagine.
Dude, that's
like,
got to be
all that
ass.
online learning suck for them.
Teachers like snow days too.
Yeah, obviously.
The only person who probably doesn't like snow days is like the school staff that probably still has to report. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like,
if any of them can get around there. I remember one time we had a snow day and it was still pretty early, so I was still in bed, and you kicked my door open and you went, change of plans, chump, school's canceled.
Did I really?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
It was a good line. Yeah, and that's the excitement of a snow day is right there.
Dude,
you know, it feels like anything can happen.
And comedians. I've heard like a couple different comedians talk about this, but there was nothing like watching that little bar. You're just watching that bar.
Yes.
A's, B's, C's, D's, E's, F's. You know what I mean?
It was so stressful.
And you're like, oh, the district next to us is closed.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're closed. Like, we gotta be closed, right? And the worst was when you weren't fucking
and
closed.
It wasn't.
And you're
and
like, shit.
So many, and like just pretty much everybody else was closed.
Morale was at an all-time low.
Yeah, those were tough days, man. Brutal.
Better days, dude.
Better days. That's what we need, dude. This is
WGR. I'm Kevin O'Neill. I'm tweeting at him right now. We need to bring the Better Days commercial back.
I bet you. I mean, I'm sure he's fucking got that in his back pocket.
Kevin O'Neill. Where is he? Where's Kevin?
Oh, he's out there. You say his name one more time, he'll
follow
probably
him,
show
dude.
up.
Kevin O'Neill.
There he is.
Kevin O'Neill. Where is he, dude?
Maybe he blocked you.
What's his name? Is his name Kevin O'Neill?
Yeah.
Kevin?
This is some real
O'Neill.
deep Buffalo stuff here. Kevin O'Neill. He's a local fella, reporter, news guy.
Kevin O'Neill. WGR. Here he is. I'll put him up on Twitter. Oh, here he is. Tweeting at him. Tweet at Kevin Buffalo.
Don't get out of breath.
To
Tweeting at Kevin O'Neill.
bring the Channel 2
Yeah.
Better Days commercial back. Post.
That's great.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it is.
I mean, if that doesn't get a response, then we truly are in dark times. When even our
Better Days.
the people we feel like we can trust.
Yeah. The
Don't-
Kevin O'Neills of the world.
Kevin O'Neills. The day that the Kevin O'Neills of the world stop replying to tweets like that is that they were really in bad business.
Maybe we will find better days, Andy.
Maybe.
I know. It does seem like, there's not a whole lot going on right now. I really think that for some reason this year the darkness feels different in terms of like daylight savings time.
I agree. I went to the comic book store today at like 1:30, and it was like the sun is setting right now. Like the sun is going down.
1:30 p.m.
It was crazy. Yeah.
It's like we live in Alaska.
It's weird.
Yeah, Mercury must be in retrograde or something. I don't know, but
Shout out to Mercury. I want to give a shout out to the whole solar system, if I may. Shout out to Pluto, first and foremost, never forgotten.
yeah.
heard
Well, I thought it
Pluto's
was
getting-
back.
No, they
I
never
thought they
brought
brought it back.
Nah, dude, they're not bringing Pluto back.
We're bringing it back.
They would look. I mean, I want them to bring Pluto back. Obviously, it should all. It's fucked up that they took it away, but I think if it'll make them. I think they're afraid to look weak.
Do you
weak
think there's
on
kids
Pluto.
now that don't even know about Pluto?
Yeah, of course, because
That's
it's not.
fucked.
How does the song? How do you learn the planets now?
I never
'cause-
learned them.
Let's see, because I know from the classic song, the sun's a hot star, Mercury's hot too, Venus is the brightest, Earth's home to me and you, Mars is the red one, Jupiter's most wide, Saturn's got those icy rings, and Uranus spins on its side. Neptune is very windy, Pluto is very small. We wanted to name the planets, and now we've named them all.
Is that in order of where they go? Like, what's the order
Yeah.
of the planets? So it's the sun.
I'd have to. Yes, the sun is the first planet.
Yeah,
Start with
it's in
that.
the center. No, in the center is the sun of the
Yeah.
solar system.
Yep, the sun is a hot star. See, I got to sing the
Okay,
song.
sing it.
Sun's a hot star. Mercury is hot too. Venus, the brightest. Earth is home to me and you.
I thought
No, Earth is the third planet from the sun, Matthew.
really
Don't get it twisted.
Mars is on the
Yep.
other side of Earth.
Yes, brother. Mars is 4.
Okay.
Mars is the red one, and then Jupiter. Shout out to him, King of
I
Kings.
thought Mars was warm. I thought that's why we didn't go to Mars.
No, we don't go to Mars because there's nothing there. It's desolate. It's a wasteland of
We got
red
rovers.
sand. Yeah, we got rovers there, but what are they doing? Nothing.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Watching aliens.
God, what a racket.
Why can't we go to Mars?
Because there's no water or anything there. There's nothing.
No,
to
I'm not saying we're
sustain
gonna
life.
live on Mars, but why are we not sending? Why do we not have any boots on the ground?
It takes a long ass time to get there. It'd be super long for a human to get there.
How long we talking?
I don't know, dude. Let me fucking Google it.
Google how long it would take to get to Mars.
30 seconds. If you ask Jared Leto, fuck you.
I don't
That's his
understand.
band, 30 Second to Mars. Let's see.
I
But
liked
it
him
also
as the
depends
Joker.
on what speed you're traveling at.
I mean, how quickly can a human get to Mars?
With our current technology,
How long? I mean, this is an easy Google.
I am Googling it right now. How long does it take to get to Mars? A one-way trip to the red planet would take about 9 months, according to
if
NASA.
you wanted to make it round trip, it would take 21 months.
Okay, that sounds right.
As you need to wait about 3 months on Mars
Mm.
to make sure.
The planets are like back in alignment where you can like get back to Earth.
That's a thing.
Yeah. You can't really steer spaceships too well, as far as I know.
The closest that Earth and Mars would approach is when Mars is the closest point to the sun. However, that has never happened in recorded history.
Mm.
The closest recorded approach, the two planets in 2003. Two planets are farther apart when they are both the farthest from the sun. This isn't what I want to know.
Dude, we got an answer. It takes 9 months to get there.
But I want to know more about the waiting the 3 months.
Well, because by the time you get there so let's say like
You get there after 9 months.
Okay, so
9
let's
months
say,
goes and you get to Mars.
let's say these are the planets, right? So this is Earth, this is Mars.
Because they don't. Some of them travel faster than the others, right?
Right, and in completely
Oh.
different berths and
Yeah.
orbits and stuff. So you want them to be, boom, as close as possible.
Well,
So
then you'd have
you
to wait
take
3 months
off.
because a year. Yeah, you take.
Yeah.
Oh, that
And then
makes
it's like,
sense.
yeah, so boom, there you go. God damn it, we're so good at
Dude,
science.
That's actually a crazy
first of
thought
all-
because you're like, I'm flying straight at Mars, and you're like, dude, Mars is behind us, and you're like, it is right now, brother.
Yeah, but just you wait.
Yeah.
You wait. Hey, astronauts, not impressed. Science is so easy. I'm going on the record as saying that. Science
Yeah.
is so fucking easy, dude. Stephen Hawking, you're a smart-ass guy, R.I.P., but I read your books, and makes a lot of, doesn't seem too hard to figure out, brother.
Yeah, we solved science.
We solved science, dude. I feel like
It all started with a big bang. Bang!
Dude, that's why I look like I blew my eyebrows off in a chemistry experiment today, because I'm all about science.
Yeah, that is true. You do love science. You like beakers and shit.
I can't get enough of beakers, dude.
Yeah.
Beakers, flasks, Bunsen burners,
Oh, dude, a good old-fashioned
good
Bunsen.
old-fashioned
The sparky thing.
the flint,
Dude, the
flint lighter.
Flint. Dude, those things
God, Dad.
are sick.
Yeah, I would.
I get down with the
kill
flint lighter.
to have one of those on Survivor, the TV show. That's a thing about the past. If you have something like that, that's how you get made. That's how you like became a king back in the day. It's like you just knew you could make fire. If you were the best at making fire, you could have any woman, anything, any property that you wanted. That's fire's the kingmaker, baby.
I make a mean fire too,
That's
and it
true.
doesn't do shit for me, to be honest. Like,
Well, today it's all different. You know, we prioritize different things. Fire
zombie
is so
apocalypse
easy.
or something like that, it might come back.
Well,
to
sure,
use.
it always comes back around. Those doomsday preppers are really hoping that their skills are going to be.
Oh, dude, they
considered more
keep
useful
flintlock
one day.
on them. They got that
Yeah,
shit in their
for
pocket
sure,
at all
for sure.
times.
Actually, the other weekend
Magnesium,
I watched a whole season of Survivor.
dude.
It was great. I've
What a
watched
great
it.
show.
It really is. I've got to admit.
What season? Like a newer season?
I don't. No, it wasn't newer. It was from quite some time ago.
I
but I don't
watched-
remember what season it was.
I watched season 41,
Mm-hmm.
and season 41 was like during COVID, kind of. It was like, and they totally revamped like how they do it. You know what I mean? Like there was a whole bunch of twists and turns and stuff like that. And because it was COVID, season 41 didn't come out until they had already recorded season 42. So the same twists and turns happened, but the players still didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I never watched 42. I think I started it and then I never came back around to it.
You know, I remember when we were
But season 41,
like elementary school, Survivor was huge. You know, it was so big. Like going over to our grandparents'
dude,
house.
they were running Survivor pools.
Yes, they had like
squares.
yes, they had things you could like print out that had everybody's face on them, and you chose like who you thought's gonna win,
Dude,
who's gonna get kicked out this week.
You
for
were
the
buying
next and
Survivor
stuff.
squares, dude.
Yeah, it was fucking wild.
Imagine
wild
buying
times.
into a Survivor square. Yeah, our grandpa loved Survivor.
He really
dude.
did. He really did.
I mean, it's a fantastic show. Jeff is,
dude. So my friend is super into Survivor, and I haven't watched it since, I mean, fucking probably elementary school when we were like really into it. So I always make fun of him, like, oh, I've never heard of this show, blah blah blah.
When's the new season start? Keep going.
But man, oh man, have I been wrong? It's still a great show, and Jeff Probst is like the best host of any game show ever. He's so good at hosting that show. It's truly, truly unbelievable. And I feel like, you know, there's folks hearing this who are like, hosting a game show, blah, 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 whatever. But when you fucking see it, you know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It just started. I think.
Pretty easy to jump on into it then.
Well, not just. September 27th.
Well, fucking get that Paramount Plus subscription rolling.
This says
jump
90
back in. Catch up.
Episodes are 90 minutes long this season.
Every one? Now
All right,
that
dude.
makes me not want to watch it because that's too much.
See, this article says it came out 7 days ago.
Articles, man. Articles don't know nothing.
Streaming. No, I got
Articles
it right
don't
here.
know nothing.
Airs on. Nope, I got it right here. Yeah. So they're 7 episodes in. 7 epis in. Dude. New epi airs tonight. Streaming tomorrow.
Yeah, it's on Wednesdays.
Dude, I'm going to have to take a deep dive into. I might get back in. I want to watch it live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want to tune in Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central and fucking watch some TV. Dude, I said this to our mom the other day. Like, I have YouTube TV now. And, dude, it's expensive. So I don't really have, outside of Amazon Prime, like, I don't have any other streaming services anymore. Except for, I have one other one, but it's for hockey, to watch hockey. So I've been watching like TV on YouTube TV a lot. Like at night, I've been watching The Office on Comedy Central, like just to throw it on, like with commercials, the whole nine.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, it almost feels nostalgic to watch TV shows with commercials. Like you have every so often, you have a little 3-minute break that you can like get up and go to the bathroom or fill your water or check your phone, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like refreshing.
Dude, it was a different time. It was a different world, you know? But
And it's awesome. I'm
I've
back in on regular TV.
I hate commercials just because corporations trying to sell me shit. Fuck you. I don't know. I get mad about it when I think about it too much. But what my version of that I've actually been doing is when I watch movies now, I don't pause them. When I like get up to get a snack or go to the bathroom, I don't pause them. I'm like, this is part of the yes. And it's so It's honestly like relaxing, dude. Like, I don't know. There's something because it keeps the flow going. You know what I mean? Whereas pausing it, it's convenient, right? You don't miss anything. But obviously, unbeknownst to me, of course, in those moments, there's some kind of anxiety that I have felt myself being relieved of when I'm just like, whew, leave it on, like keep the flow of this movie going, and then it's honestly super easy to get back into it as well. Like, so
because you don't have to restart it.
Yes,
yeah,
so
then you sit down on the couch and then you fix your back, and then you're like,
you don't have to worry about like going back 10 seconds because you're already too far past that point anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like just enjoy it for what it is. Wow. Helps you feel a little more present.
What a moment
dude.
of clarity.
Kind of, yes. It's very. Oh God, feels like I can feel. Just thinking about that, like I feel a big sense of
weight
relief.
off your shoulders.
It really kind of is. I don't know, man.
Don't pause your movies.
Don't
folks.
pause your movies. I don't know,
yeah.
because that's one of those things. Like, you know, technology is only going to ruin as much of your life as you let it. To a certain extent, I think that's true. So, like what we're talking about, these are very little things, but I think the whole point of people talking about, you know, spending too much time on their phones and blah 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 is like all that shit. It just kind of it starts to add up. You know what I mean? That's when it becomes a problem. It's like because it's always going on. You know. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I think I'm just blabbering on at this.
You went
at
Gary
this
Busey
point,
mode.
but I mixed a Celsius and a Mountain Dew today, so I'm a
Did
little
you actually?
fucking out there. Yeah, I only had one sip because I was like done with both, but I had a little left of each, so I was like.
So you did have a Mountain Dew and a Celsius.
Yes, I did have a Mountain Dew and a Celsius.
That's a lot of caffeine.
Mixed
Any
together.
espresso?
No espresso, dude. I'm off espresso.
So you're on the Celsiuses?
I'm all on Celsius. It's way more caffeine, but I feel so much better because I do the powder.
Too. Oh.
So it does say a lot of shit on the
but
can.
I think it's got like vitamins and stuff.
It says a lot of shit on the can, but I actually like. Because the packets are the best. Don't buy the Celsius cans. They suck. They suck. But I bought some today because I was in a pinch.
The packets or the cans?
The cans. Sorry. And I examined it quite a bit, and a lot of that stuff is not real. Like it says on the it says on the can, like speeds up your metabolism. You know, and it also says your daily necessary energy or whatever, and there's all these little asterisks next to that. And with the metabolism thing, it's like, first of all, it says very clearly, I mean in small print, but like if you look at the asterisks, it says very clearly, like none of this has been researched or substantiated by the FDA.
Yeah,
so,
which is the best way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Who needs the stuffed shirts coming in and seeing what's safe for people?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so all that stuff on their can is like the metabolism thing, because it does say on there like speeds up your metabolism. Little asterisk next to it.
There's some ginseng in there.
Ginseng, yeah, ginseng. I feel like had its moment.
Buzzword,
yeah. Ginseng's like
a buzzword.
Ginseng is like an old buzzword. I feel like, dude. I remember people carrying around those packets and stuff.
Packets of ginseng?
Yeah, people had packets of ginseng,
dude,
and they just keep them in their pockets and
pop
them now
some?
and again. I don't know, probably not. I assume. It's so weird how things like come and go like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fads. It's like keto diets.
Yeah, that's just wild. Like this is the thing, and that's like, it was actually helping people that much. Don't you think it would stick around a little longer? But
yeah.
but also I guess there's sort of a flowing nature to just
but
how
maybe the people
are.
that started are still on it, and they're just sick of preaching to the choir because everybody that is willing to try it is already
no, like, there's but the kind of folks who are early adopters of that stuff, they don't get tired of preaching, man. You got it. You know that. You and I both.
You think there's
know
somebody
that.
out there still saying like you should really be,
dude, the paleo diet? I don't know why people aren't talking about it anymore, because I'm still on
ginseng,
it. More ginseng, dude. You got to.
I definitely don't consume enough ginseng,
dude.
My ginseng count might be 0.
I think I got one of those packets from somebody once and tried a little bit of it.
How'd it work?
It was like a big thing. I don't think it worked at all. But again, I have no idea like how you're actually supposed to use it. What's
it do?
Dude, what you tell me? You're the one talking about ginseng all the time. I think it's like an energy thing. I remember it was a big deal. All the bottled teas started putting like includes ginseng on the label and stuff like that.
A lot of ginseng.
We were a big ginseng country for a minute there. Gin sing along.
helps the body deal with stress.
It was
Help manage
time.
blood sugar, reduce inflammation, improves energy. Dude, we should fucking get on ginseng, dude.
I don't believe it.
We might have to get some ginseng in the system.
I mean, it can't hurt. I mean, I already got Mountain Dew and Celsius flowing through my veins. Literally nothing can kill me. God, the longer I live, the more I'm convinced that I cannot be killed. So I never get sick. I just
Knock on wood, dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
Knock on wood, dude. I'd be getting sick all the
I'm
time.
not too worried about it.
You want to do a Hoover of the week? I know you've been looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, if you tuned in last week, we teased it. And, nobody was sure what was going to happen, if it was going to be real. But, ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special day because after what feels like years, finally, there is a person included in this week's Who Would Win that I have been pushing for so long, who I think is such a funny and potentially compelling choice, especially with this matchup. So I am very, very proud to say to you right now that this week's Who Would Win of the Week is Victor Wembanyama versus Stiltman, the one and only Stiltman. Now, if I may, I don't get the chance to do this very often, so I brought a little reading material to help us. This is the Marvel official encyclopedia here, so that we can get a few stats.
I got some stats of my own pulled up.
On Wembanyama?
No, of
Stiltman. Stiltman? Really? Actually, because that reminds me, I meant to look up
Wembanyama. I found spiderfan.org.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to say about Stiltman right off the bat.
We can compare notes.
Because obviously, especially in this fight, this is what I think is going to be really compelling. Wembanyama, because this is supposed to be a fight of tall, lanky beings.
Fellas.
You know what I'm saying? Victor Wembanyama, 6'4", I mean, just the lankiest man alive, a true slender man. Now, Stiltman, whose real name is Wilbur Day, his actual height, because if you don't know Stiltman, which, why would you? He has this suit that, has these mechanical stilts that adjust his height so he can get, like, super, super tall and all that stuff. How tall he actually is...
5'6".
5'10".
Whoa.
But it has been disputed, but 5'10".
Okay, we'll call him
is
5'10".
like the average. So yeah, this is the official material. So we'll say 5'10". And let's see.
I got 5'6", $150. What do you got?
5'10", 185.
Okay, so we'll call him 5'10". We'll give him 5'10", 185. What else you got? I'll let you go.
Well, this is actually kind of interesting here. The maximum length of his suit that his legs can extend is 60 feet.
Dude, I got a bad website.
Yeah.
This one says legs stretch up to 250 feet.
Okay, that's fucking the stratosphere, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we were talking science earlier, but I'm pretty sure that dude, if you're 250 feet in the air, you're in space, I think. Don't check that out. So here's the deal. Wembanyama is the physical specimen in this fight, right? Stiltman is a super villain, but he's kind of just a guy. Hold on, let me get to my point here. Victor Wembanyama, he's actually that tall. He's actually living in this body every day. Now, what I will say about Stiltman is being 5'7", the man has to have the, for lack of a better term, biggest Napoleon complex in history. And I think that's really, really going to motivate him in this fight. Okay, what do you got?
So I'm looking at the Stiltman website. This is a different website that's got some Stiltman facts. And look at the advertisement.
Yep, if you're
on this what do you think the questions are? So
wait, save that. Let's hold on. We'll do that after this, right? Okay. God, that's gonna be fun as fuck, actually. Dude, honestly, I'm starting to sweat a little bit about that.
But I want to go to other Stiltman websites because this one also says that he's 5'11", 150 without the suit. With the suit, he can be up to 296 feet tall.
Okay, this is the official encyclopedia, Matthew.
We're going on the official.
That's what we're going to go with the written material here. Comics are a written medium, a paper medium. So that's what we're gonna
Wilbur
go with.
Day, is that his name?
Yeah, Wilbur Day.
Daddy Longlegs was his nickname.
Dude, that's what they call me.
Dude, 5'6", with maximum battlesuit 292. Dude, all of these sites are saying 200 plus feet.
Okay, well, I got this book in front of me, brother, that's telling me otherwise.
I know, but until I see a website that tells me otherwise.
Okay, I'm looking at the book, though, man.
I know, and I'm listening
This is
to
the
the book.
official Marvel literature here, and this is relatively new. Yeah, this came out in 2002. This is the most updated encyclopedia that Marvel has published.
Dude. It's another website. Able to stretch up to 250 feet and walk 30 miles per hour, which is the second time I've seen that stat.
That's hilarious. That's very funny because it's not like he's actually walking fast. It's just his legs are so long at that point. That's how quick he can travel.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm just, dude, 292 again. This
Matthew,
number keeps coming up. I
Why are you,
believe you.
focusing on this? I brought this book so that we didn't have to do whatever you're doing right now. We're spending so much time. You're spending too much time on this.
Okay.
We gotta get to the real
We need to
battle
get the
here.
facts right, because I also saw on several of those websites that he can wear his suit for up to 24 hours, like of juice, but then he has to take it off, and it needs to charge for 16 hours.
That sounds about right.
And it says that he's considered a low-grade villain because he's not a very good fighter.
Yes, that's
But
accurate.
His
That's
stilts,
very accurate.
His stilts are not susceptible to be webbed. He cannot be Star Wars.
Really?
That's what the internet said. Like, webs don't affect his stilts.
That's insane. Because he was obviously I've brought my copy of Daredevil #8 into the studio, first appearance of Stiltman. But what happens between Spider-Man and Daredevil a lot later on in like the Spider-Man 200s, Stiltman does show up and is kind of a Spider-Man villain in that case. So Wembanyama, what's he bringing to the table here?
So
really?
here's the biggest thing, I think.
And he's also, I said he was 6'4". That's not right. He's 7'4".
7'4", 209.
Wow.
Here's my thing with Victor Wembanyama, and I think you kind of already touched on it, is he lives in that body. He doesn't throw on a suit and do that. And not only does he live in that body, but he's a phenomenal athlete. Like, he's very coordinated.
Yeah.
A lot of times when you get people that big, they're not coordinated, especially lanky people. Tall, lanky people tend to lack coordination because their bodies are just so goofy. He is not that. He's got good feet. He's got good hands. He can move. I mean, again, he's a professional basketball player in the best league in the world.
Yeah.
The dude's an athlete. He's got stamina. Like, that's another thing. A lot of big guys can't play a lot of minutes because they get injured. They get worn down. I know he's still young, but he seems to be light enough at 209 for being that tall that, he can play minutes. He can get up and down the court. Again, I don't watch a lot of basketball, but this is just, what I understand about Victor Wembanyama. And on the flip side, with Stilts, man, even if he's 60 feet, I mean, the problem is, even if it's only 60 feet, I mean, that's almost 10 Wembanyamas tall.
Approximately, yeah.
It's probably like 8 Wembanyamas tall.
Yeah, I'd say something like that. But the thing, and Stiltman, he is technically a supervillain. But if anybody could beat any supervillain, it's definitely this guy. Because, again, I think that Stiltman is really going to be fueled by jealousy of Wembanyama more than anything, right? Like, Stiltman is aspiring to gain what Wembanyama already has, that height, that stature, the athletic ability that comes with it when you're a guy like him. And Stiltman is really, again, just has that Napoleon complex that I think is going to aid in his downfall in this. I think it's going to be a big driving factor for him, but I do think that Wembanyama is really going to have an easy time pushing him over.
So I kind of was thinking the same thing early on, is especially with the Napoleon complex thing that you're talking about. I think Stiltman's going to be very jealous that Wembanyama is naturally the size that he is and kind of try to show off and go outside of what he's capable of doing, and it's going to ultimately lead to him like tripping over his own stilts, shall we say, and falling down, which I don't really know how good he is at getting back up. I imagine his arms aren't quite as long as his legs.
Yeah.
So
it's just stilts.
Yeah. The other thing I'll say though is, which makes me want to go Wembanyama. That makes me lean heavily towards Victor. However, I'm a big like height guy, like, and the suit, does it have the weight of the suit on there? I saw something about the weight of the suit, and it sounded very, very heavy. It was 4 digits.
Yeah. There's no way. And
like,
not.
So I just don't think that Wembanyama can push him over. I imagine though that like Stiltman's only method would probably be to try to like squash him like a bug, like step on him. But I think Wembanyama is going to be much quicker than Stiltman. So really the question is, can Wembanyama like move around for like 24 hours to like pretty much make the suit die and then beat the shit out of whatever the dude's name is?
Wilbur Day.
Wilbur Day.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he'd be the first one to beat him up.
But he is. But I mean, 30 miles an hour. That's his walking pace.
Yeah.
That's fast.
He is a supervillain, man. Like
But again, we can't trust that because that's at 290 feet. And
right.
We're going based off the Marvel Encyclopedia at 60 foot. So I'm going to take Victor Wembanyama because I think that Stiltman really has no way of attacking him outside of trying to step on him, and I think Wembanyama can kind of avoid him and really wait the suit out. Like, he's going to wait the suit out. I don't think he'll be able to push him over, but either Stiltman's going to trip over himself trying to squash him like a bug, or Wembanyama can just keep on the move, wait him out, and then eventually the suit's going to have no juice, and then just beat the shit out of him.
Yes, I agree. See, the thing about guys like Stiltman, villains like Stiltman, they always end up shooting themselves in the foot one way or another. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. They're all ego. They're all trying to prove something because they're like such low-tier villains. I mean, it's fucking Stiltman, dude. Nobody takes that guy seriously. And in trying to push against that, all he does is constantly prove that people are correct in saying those things about him. And Stiltman going up against Wembanyama is going to be no different. So I'm picking Victor as well, 100% locking him in.
Locking him in. We're locking in Victor Wembanyama. That's a clean sweep. I mean, I don't know that a lot of people will understand the lore of Stiltman, as I don't even.
Well, that's, hopefully this will just bring more eyes to more awareness, more Stiltman awareness.
Yeah, just bring back Stiltman. I want the next Spider-Man to come out when nobody knows who Peter Parker is.
Dude, all I want is even just a little reference to him because they're doing a new Daredevil show for Disney Plus. Like, even if it's just like the first scene of the first episode is just him being like locked up.
Well, I know what it should be.
That's it.
Well, first of all,
just a
vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Hoodman of the Week, Stiltman versus Victor Wembanyama. Well, I know what it should be though. It should be like the end of a season or like the end of like a storyline, and in the background, or like the guy who's like the villain at the time, and this wouldn't maybe not fall necessarily in with the lore, or like the guy that they take down, whether it be Spider-Man or Daredevil, is like the head of a company, and like the custodian of that company who's super passionate about the company is pissed that they brought his boss down, plus he's losing his job now and he's got bills to pay and stuff like that, and it shows him like finding out that the company's closed down, and he's got like anger in his eyes, and he's got like stilts on, like cleaning a window. You know what I mean? He's got
he's
hanging drywall or something like that.
Actually, we should go back to Stiltman and find out like what his actual origin is. Let's see if it says it in here. I'll just read this little excerpt real quick because his section in the Marvel Encyclopedia is very small. It's about it's 1/6 of a page. Lab assistant Wilbur Day made off with his boss's revolutionary hydraulic ram technology. So Stiltman also stupid. He didn't even invent this himself. Let's see. After adapting the device to an armored costume, became the Stiltman and embarked on a life of crime. Daredevil and Spider-Man regularly foiled his efforts. After becoming a laughingstock, Day tried to give up his costumed identity, but he found himself pulled back into the underworld. Okay, and then it just goes on a bunch of dumb shit.
But that's kind of fits, though. He took it from his boss.
100%.
So my storyline fits.
And they did in She-Hulk. This is why I turned to this page. I'm looking at the Frogman fucking thing here. They had this piece of shit in the She-Hulk show, so fucking put Stiltman in.
Yeah.
Now, guaranteed, She-Hulk was not very fun to watch or did very well in a lot of ways, but, you know, fucking...
Frogman.
Dude, Frogman, if you're
So
going to
bring
go
back
for it,
Stiltman.
just burn it all down. Emma Frost, shout out to her, one of my biggest comic book crushes when I was a young man.
No idea who that is.
Emma Frost, she's, dude, the White Queen. That makes it sound a lot worse, but it's an X-Men character. Very cool.
No
do you want to pull that thing back up?
I don't want
to
click the test. It seems like I'll end up in a
Yeah,
North Korean
it does
prison.
seem like a bit of a scam.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we got to get into, though?
No, I don't think so, Andy.
Any
I mean,
Marvel
listen,
characters you're
we're just
interested
hanging
in?
out low key, just vibing, just
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
And you know, I think we did what the people wanted to hear. We didn't sing,
Man.
which is rare for us on an episode like today.
100%. Yeah, this is a big. This feels
This
like
was
it should have been a
singing
big
episode.
singing.
We did
episode.
reference a few songs.
Yeah,
obviously the Better
had a
Day
little bit.
shout out, which I still no response from Kevin O'Neill, it seems.
Well,
But,
dude, it's fucking. He's
it
eating
is. He's
dinner.
off.
He's
He's
eating
off.
dinner time.
Yeah.
You know, he's eating dinner time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
he's eating dinner time. I agree. All right. No,
Yeah,
I mean, I'll let you, do what you got. You can take that to the bathroom and
Yeah, thank
figure
you.
yourself out
Thank
from
you.
there.
Yeah, where's
But,
that Emma Frost page again?
Andy?
Just kidding.
I love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.